Hi friends, Mickey Mankus here and welcome to Out the Back Door. What are you doing with all your leftover turkey? I want to show you how to make a super fast and easy turkey pot pie, so come along. Okay, so I took advantage of all the turkey sales that were going on and I bought myself a couple of turkeys, and there's only the two of us. So I roasted them both up, and the reason that I did that is because I do plan on canning a lot of this turkey, so I've got the meat later on to use whenever I want. But we're going to enjoy a pot pie. To me, it's comfort food, and it's kind of cold out. My husband's out deer hunting right now, so when he comes in, he'll have this nice, comfy, home-cooked meal to enjoy. Plus, I baked him a cherry pie. I'm cutting up 3 cups of the turkey. So anyway, I've got that all chopped up and everything. I do want to mention I'm going to be using some things from the pantry, some from the freezer. I'm also cheating. I'm using pre-made pie crust. Yeah, sorry, but this is why it's so quick and easy to throw together, and especially if you have these leftovers here. So anyway, I'm going to set this aside. Let's get going on our filling. First thing we're going to need is 5 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to be putting this into a Dutch oven size pot because this will make 2 9-inch pie plates. So it does do a lot. I'm going to be doing one with the crust and one without because sometimes I just like to eat the filling and I don't need all that crust. So I will be doing one with crust and one without, but it does fill up 2 pie tins. Also, you're going to need 3 cups of like turkey or chicken broth. Now I've got my own here that I had canned back in 2017, and I can see that at that time I never did strain off all that excess fat. I always believe that there's flavor in the fat, but I don't want all that excess in here, so I'm going to strain it through here. Just kind of give it a dump. Oh, that's a lot of fat. There is still some fat coming through, but that's, at least it's not the heavy amount like that's floating. And I figured with these 2-pint jars, the way they canned up and with the fat on top, check that out. 3 cups, nice. Make sure you don't put this down your drain. Okay, now that I've got that strained, there is just a tiny bit on top, that's fine. I am going to be adding this to the butter once it's melted. Okay, right now I've got my butter in my pan melting down. I'm going to add my broth in here. I've also got 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and then a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt that I'm going to be sprinkling in here also. Okay, so while this is melting down and heating up, let's take care of the rest of what's going to go into the filling. Okay, another thing we're going to need is milk. I can't believe I'm out of milk. Yesterday, I know I had a gallon of whole milk in the refrigerator and I forgot that I had made Greek yogurt out of it. So anyway, I'm going to use canned milk. And I've got a pint here, 2 cups worth. And I'll leave a link above to how I canned milk in case you're interested in that. Okay, you also need 1/2 cup of either flour or cornstarch. I'm just using the measuring cup that I had the broth in, no big deal, because it's all going to get mixed back in there. So I'm going to pour my 2 cups of milk in here. And I'm going to put my cornstarch in. And now I'm going to whisk this together while it's cold, well, room temp, to get all the lumps out of it. Because once our broth and butter get nice and hot, I'm going to be adding this to it. All right, I have this almost on high heat, and now I'm going to start pouring in my milk and cornstarch. And now I'm going to bring this up to a boil so it'll start thickening on its own. When I was chopping up the turkey, and when I commented that I'm going to be canning the remainder of the turkey. Now see, I could make this any time of the year and just open up a jar of my canned turkey and throw it in. Okay, another thing you want to have ready is I've got a 2-pound bag of frozen vegetables, mixed vegetables. There's peas, corns, carrots in it. That's what we like. You could also put celery and an onion in here if you do want. You would saute that up with the butter initially before adding all this other stuff. All right, our mixture is really thickening up nice. Once it does start getting thick, it'll do it rapidly. And now I'm going to dump my vegetables in here. And I'll give that a stir. Okay, and next I'm going to put my turkey in there. Yes, and for those of you that follow me, I don't measure so well. I said 3 cups, and I just grabbed the breast and started chopping. So my pie pans may be overflowing. Okay, I'll just give that a mix. What we're going to do now is, all right, I'll bring up the heat a little bit because my vegetables were still a little bit frozen. But what we want to do is warm up the turkey and the vegetables now. If there's a particular vegetable in here that you don't care for, well, you pick what you want. You know what? You make this the way you like it. I'm just showing you the basics of how fast and easy this is. I'm going to preheat my oven at 425 degrees. So this one pie plate that I'm going to be filling with just the filling and there's no crust with it. I mean, you could always top this over English muffins or biscuits or, you know, anything on that order if you like too. That would be good. Okay, everything is warmed up thoroughly and I am going to start spooning this into my prepared shell. You can use chicken or grouse, any type of wild fowl. All right, let's get some spooned into the other one. Now, as I said, I preheated my oven at 425 degrees. And when I do bake this, I think what I'm going to do is make sure that I put some like cookie sheets or trays underneath these when they're baking so that I don't have a really big mess bubbling over. Now, I'm going to get the other crust on top of this one. It's easier for me to crouch down. Now, as far as getting back up, that might be a different story. And I want to get that top crust tucked down behind the one that's in the pie pan already to try to help seal it. I usually get bubbles, you know, the filling bubbling in. All right. Just a quick pinch here. Nothing fancy. Oh, wow, that's okay. That doesn't look so bad. I put this lid in there to help let the steam escape. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I'm definitely gonna put these on baking sheets when I put them in the oven. Okay, and then I'm gonna bake these for 35 to 40 minutes, and that's it. And then I'll take it out and you can see how it looks. Okay, I just took out the pot pies from the oven and everything. They are really hot. I'm going to let it cool down, probably about, I'll let it sit 10 minutes before I start cutting into it so that the filling starts setting up a little bit instead of gushing out right away when I cut a wedge. Fortunately, the one without the crust, it didn't bubble over, and this one didn't either. But once I get this all cooled and everything, I am going to wait for Mr. Mankus to come home because I'm not going to start cutting into this and eat without him. So it's starting to get dark. He should be in fairly soon, and then I can cut up a slice and you can see what it looks like. There you have it, fast and easy turkey pot pie. It's delicious, it's a comfort food, and it's gonna be so warming. So if you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. So until next time, you have a wonderful day. God bless.